So I have come a long way when it comes to regulating my emotions as a parent, and this morning was the perfect example of how far I've come. So this morning, my son was having a terrible morning. But the way that our house is run in the morning, my husband gets him ready, and I usually get my daughter ready. So all the while, my son is having a terrible morning. My husband is handling it beautifully, but generally what happens is I can't handle it because I'm hearing it, and I feel myself becoming elevated, irritated, and just ready to just start screaming and yelling to get him to do whatever it is I need him to do. That has been my pattern. Not proud of it, but that has been my pattern in the past as a parent who has been dysregulated. But this morning, you guys, I heard him having a rough morning, and I immediately did the PCR method, which is the method that I outlined in my new book, A Parent's Guide to Self-Regulation. And in the moment as I was getting my daughter ready, I felt myself going through that method in my head, and I noticed such a big difference. So first I just thought to myself, okay, practically what needs to happen in this moment? And when I thought about this situation practically, I realized this situation, yes, I can hear, but it's really none of my business. It's something that is going on between my husband and my son. They can handle it. In the past, I would just insert myself into a situation, all really because I couldn't handle how irritated or how whatever it was I was feeling, I couldn't handle it. So I would go insert myself thinking that I'm handling the situation when really the purpose of that was for me to feel better. And so I thought to myself, okay, practically, logistically in this situation, that's what the P stands for. This is none of your business. And so if you don't want to hear it, just close the door. And that's what I did. I closed the door, and I tried really hard to just focus on what was in front of me, which was getting my daughter ready. And then for C, I was really conscious of how I was feeling. I really tried to be very aware of in this moment. I know it's a trigger for me to hear my son crying and hearing him not being very compliant and cooperative this morning. That is a parenting trigger for me. And I don't need to do anything about that, but just be aware and acknowledge it, that that's hard for me to hear. And we're going to keep moving on with the day. So I was very conscious and aware of what I was feeling, which also helped me to just sit with what I was feeling versus reacting to try to change it. And then lastly, R stands for realistic. I was super real with myself in that moment and said, hey, we're going to have moments like this. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. How dare I expect that every morning is going to go smoothly? So let's be real here. Again, we're being realistic. These mornings are going to happen. They're not a reflection of anything going wrong. It's not a reflection of any parenting flaw or mistake that we have made. He's a 4-year-old. He will have these mornings, and we will move on. And that, y'all, when I just, bitch, I'm out here like I'm proud of myself, because I just remember a time where that situation would have ended very differently because I couldn't handle my own feelings, my emotions. I couldn't regulate, but today I could, and I'm very proud of myself for it.